Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. So today we are going to talk about 3 different topics, and we are first going to talk about the article that came out that basically says SOS Messi. So this whole report, this whole cover is in Spanish, so I'm going to translate this for you guys, and this is what it says. The Argentine star is more alone than ever in the team after Suarez's injury and the little influence from signing and substitutes. Then we can see here Plan 2021. Barcelona is obligated to create a new winning project and are working on signing a center back, midfielder, winger, and a number 9. Then we can see here that there's a Barca Gate quote, obvious deficiencies appear in the club's audit. And this is all according to Sport. Now, I did look further into this story. I did read what it had to say, and they have stated that Barcelona wants to create a Messi project, meaning a project where they can fully function around Messi, where they can benefit Messi more and get the best out of this player. And when I was thinking about this, right, this sounds very familiar. We hear this every year that they want to create a project for Lionel Messi, but why not think outside the box, right? Why can't Barcelona create a project FC Barcelona, not project Lionel Messi? Because at the end of the day, this is not FC Messi, this is FC Barcelona. And again, we have seen this tested out like for the past 2 seasons, but nothing came about. Like, it never works. Like, if you build a team around Messi, that never works out. And the reason why I say we should create a project Barcelona, right, is because if you are thinking about making a project Messi, which is to build a team around Messi, you are creating short-term thinking. Because then if you are thinking about project Messi, the club will end up buying players where they will play amazing for like 2 seasons. Then once Messi drops in form or like he retires, then what are the players going to do, right? Because the whole purpose was to bring those players and benefit Messi. But now that Messi's not there, what are those players going to be there for? So it doesn't make any sense. And Messi is only going to be as good as he plays now for like 2 more seasons max. And I would much rather create a stronger foundation Barcelona where everyone is equally leveled, meaning I would much rather have 9 out of 10 players on the field than what Barcelona wants to do, which is 7 out of 10 players and 10 out of 10 player, which is Lionel Messi. I hope you guys get what I'm trying to say, which is I want a well-balanced team. I want everyone to act like they are a 9 out of 10, not have someone who is a 7 out of 10, another 7 out of 10, and then a 10 out of 10, and then we have a 6 out of 10. Everyone here needs to be equally balanced and work and benefit each other. We need a well-rounded, balanced team. And if you guys still don't get what I'm trying to say, I want to give you guys a couple of examples. For example, we have Liverpool 2019. They had Salah, Mane, Van Dijk, Henderson. Everyone stand out. Liverpool did not have a player where we can say, okay, that is the player that defines Liverpool. No, everyone was equally leveled. Everyone equally shined. And then if we look at other examples like Inter Milan 2010, they had Milito, Cambiaso, Zanetti, Maicon. And then if we look at Bayern 2013, they had Ribéry, Robin, Martinez, Lam. And then Real Madrid 2014, they had Ronaldo, Bale, Xavi, and Marcelo. Everyone equally shined. No one worked for one player. And that is what I want Barcelona to create. I don't want a project Messi where everyone is going to work for one player. I want everyone to be solid, know the fundamentals to play at FC Barcelona. That way we will not have holes in this team where people might say, okay, that left back position, they're not playing as good, he's like a 6 out of 10, or that right back position, I don't like how he's playing, he's like a 5 out of 10. Everyone needs to fit each other. It's like a puzzle. Everyone needs to work together and complement each other completely. So that's how I think they should go about it. Let me know what you guys think. Now I want to talk about Sarabia. And so before I talk more about him, I want to talk about the scenario that happened in El Clasico. So basically, we have all seen El Clasico. We have all seen how badly FC Barcelona was playing in that second half. They had misplaced passes. Chances were not taken. They were not making the correct runs. And overall, there was just bad decision making. And then having that on the field, right, in El Clasico, there was this video that came out from Movistar where it showed that Sarabia was reacting very aggressively, like he looked very frustrated. And then there was this interesting narrative that came out from Movistar, and this is basically what Sarabia said. That pass shouldn't have gone to Busquets. It should have gone to one of the midfielders either side of him. Then later on, he talked about Griezmann supposedly, and this is what he said. said, "God damn it, Antoine, stick it away, shoot, for God's sakes." And then he went on to say he's not doing any of the things that he's supposed to be doing. Our defensive line shouldn't be so far back because they find more spaces between the lines and Benzema drops in and picks it up. Then they put us on the back foot. We need to limit those spaces. So Sarabia was very involved in this Clasico. He was really pointing out like, hey, this is the problem. We need to find a solution. So the question is, was this the right thing for him to do? Was this reaction a good reaction for FC Barcelona? And if you're going to ask me, yes, it was a good reaction from him. I welcome that intensity. That is exactly what Barcelona needs, is a coach who's going to be on top of their players. Especially with this team that we currently have, we know that this team is like considered to be one of the laziest teams in Europe. Like, players do not want to work. They come on the field with no real passion. Like, they go on the field and they don't have like that desire to win. And this is why this story is so big, is because knowing how Barcelona is, once we did see Sarabia react in this way, reports came out saying, hey, are the players going to like this? Are the players going to react well to what Sarabia is saying to his players? But I understand the frustration from Sarabia, because you and me know, we saw the Clasico, that the players were not positioned well. They were not reacting well to the pressure that Real Madrid was giving. They were not taking shots. There were a lot of misplaced passes. And so all of this screaming that Sarabia was doing and all the frustration that he was expressing, that's normal. That's how every coach should be reacting. That is what he is supposed to do. But again, since this is Barcelona and they are not used to this type of teaching, these reports do come out, and then we begin to question, are the players going to be okay with this type of reaction? Now, later on, there was this rumor that came out after El Clasico coming from Cope, and this is what they said. Barcelona's locker room is upset about how Sarabia was acting during Sunday's game against Real Madrid. They don't consider him most suitable to lead the team from the bench. Now, could this be something that's actually going on in Barcelona? We don't know, because at the end of the day, we are not the players. We are not the ones who are in the dressing room. But what I can tell you is this. If we look back at the recent history with Valverde, around the time of El Clasico, the first Clasico of this season, where we tied against Real Madrid 0-0, a report came out saying that the players were not pleased with the way on how calm Valverde was teaching. They were saying that he brought no intensity. They didn't like how he wasn't saying anything. And so this report almost sounds exactly the same as the Sarabia one, but it's the reverse. Sarabia is talking too much and the players are not pleased with that. So we have to watch out what report we should believe. We don't know exactly if the Barcelona players are not pleased with this assistant coach. But on the other hand, I do believe that some of these players do have problems with this coach, because at the end of the day, they are not used to this type of teaching. And regardless if this is true or not, I believe that the players are going to be the ones that are leaving. If they are not okay with this type of teaching, they will leave this summer. And the question is, who's going to leave? Like, who was Sarabia talking to? And here is what I don't want to happen, right? We know Sarabia is very intense. He likes to get on top of our players, which is good. But I believe the main reason why Sarabia and Quique Setién is acting like this is because I believe that they feel the pressure to deliver, especially in their situation, because they must deliver and build this team within a span of 5 months. Because if they don't get on top of their players, then this season can turn out to be a disaster. So I can see why they feel pressured to be on top of their players and build this team in 5 months. Like right now, I know that they feel pressured to quickly transition this team into a different Barcelona, and that's not easy to do within a span of 5 months. And the last thing that I want this staff to feel is to feel like they crashed into the ground and they just feel overwhelmed. Because what I would tell them is this: at the end of the day, if you don't have the right players to do the job that you want them to do, then you don't. And you're gonna have to wait until the summer in order to bring in the right players to get the job done. Because we know that there are players in this Barcelona squad that don't want to work hard in order to achieve what we want to achieve. So now I want to move on to the Martinez offer. So it has been reported by FC Internews that Barcelona are preparing an offer of 70 million in cash plus 2 of their current players, with Arturo Vidal and Nelson Semedo named as options. Now, when we are talking about Martinez and when we are talking about Inter Milan, when we do business with Inter Milan and we know that we want to take away Martinez away from them, this is going to be based more on who Inter Milan wants or who they will need. Because at the end of the day, Barcelona needs Martinez more than Inter Milan needs one of Barcelona's players. And if Inter Milan is negotiating to let go of Martinez to FC Barcelona, then Inter Milan loses a striker. And I know that they want to replace that striker. They do have a project going on. They do want to compete against Juventus. And so if they do lose Martinez, I believe that they will want to have a replacement. And the only player that I can see Inter Milan asking for would be Antoine Griezmann, right? Because Inter Milan is going to say, okay, if we're going to let go of one of our best strikers, we will want another striker to come in. We are not going to get treated like that. And if it was Semedo and Vidal, like, would you really let them go if you were Barcelona? Because I would not. And I don't believe that it's going to be Arturo Vidal and Nelson Semedo, because those are the players that we need. If we let go of Vidal, who are we going to replace Vidal? Are we going to bring in Alenia? We don't even know if he wants to come back from Real Betis. And if we let go of Semedo, who are we going to bring back? Are we going to bring Emerson? Emerson knows, and he stated that he wants to complete his contract with Real Betis until 2021. So I don't see Barcelona letting go of Vidal and Semedo this summer, especially since we want to exchange those two players with a striker. And I want you guys to listen to this. There was this rumor in 2019 where Barcelona was willing to give PSG 120 million plus 2 to 3 players in exchange for Neymar, and nothing came about. That offer never happened. And this sounds exactly the same as us saying we will give you 110 million and plus Vidal and Semedo. So I would take this rumor with a grain of salt. And could this be just another story from the reporters on trying to capitalize off of El Clasico's loss? And this is how I want to end this video, which is El Clasico. I feel like this Clasico event, this loss, really had a ripple effect, I guess we can call it that, because not only did it affect our position in the league, but the media went wild after that loss. Because if we look at the bigger picture, all of these reports coming out just screamed chaos for FC Barcelona, right? After the loss, a report came out that Barcelona is looking to make a project in 2021. Then a report came out that the players might not be responding well to Sarabia. Then another one where a report came out saying Barcelona is going to start this overhaul by letting go of 2 players and bringing in Martinez. And so you can see that all these reporters, all of this news, and these people creating these reports are just trying to capitalize off of El Clasico loss. And this is what a huge loss brings to the club. And I'm not saying that some of these reports are going to come out false in the summer. Some of these might come out true. There is going to be action taken from the club in the summer. Right now, there's a lot of noise. There's panic in FC Barcelona. And then we had Victor Font, who is heavily involved in the elections of 2021. He said this: "We are waiting for Bartomeu to come out and answer many questions that he has not yet answered. If there is no project, it is best that the elections can be called." So Victor Font himself is applying pressure to the club. He is asking for answers. Like, what are your plans going forward? What is the club going to do from here? What project are we following? Because currently there is no sense of direction on where this team is going to go. We can even talk about La Masia. Like, what was the whole point of letting go of Todibo, Alenia, and Paris in the January transfer window? Because now that is affecting us greatly in this season. We have no resources, and this El Clasico loss really brought this problem into light. And this is all because of the bad management. And this problem is only going to continue to show even more as we progress into the season. And so now all the fingers are pointed at Bartomeu, saying, is this what you wanted? Is this the project that you wanted to create? Because you did not create a project, Bartomeu. You created a problem for FC Barcelona. And we are going to have to wait and see how all of this unfolds and what actions they are going to take in the summer. So thank you guys for watching. That is it for today's Barcelona's daily news. Thank you for showing all the love and support. You guys know this. I appreciate it. Let me know the transfers that you want to see happen in this summer. Who do you want to see let go, and who do you want to bring in? So again, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.